Oh, hey, all you boob tubers. It's Matt with Beardiest Gaming coming at you with yet another episode of Baldur's Gate, where we had last left off. We had fled our childhood home of pretty much like a fortress library that makes you pay 10,000 gold just to walk in its doors. It seems kind of a racket to me, but hey, you know, what do I know? Maybe I don't really appreciate the let's see, do we want to keep that here? Let's keep these. Maybe I don't appreciate the finer subtleties of book learning, but whatever.
You right.
We'd fled, and now we ran across these two weirdos, this little shorty here, Montaron, and his crazed companion Czar, which...
Stop touching me!
Something troubling you? Your voice is ambrosia.
Stop touching me!
Something troubling your voice.
Stop!
Tell me about the rabbits. Go on then.
So Czar's not really all with it. And if you look, we actually have kind of an odd group going on, but the only reason I'm doing this is because it's a lot easier to travel, a lot safer to travel with 6 people rather than 1 or 2. So we have our leader, Abdel. He's chaotic neutral. We have Khalid. He's a fighter like us. He's neutral good. She's straight up true neutral. And a hottie. Montaron, he's neutral evil. She's neutral good. And he's chaotic evil. So these two are not going to get along with Khalid and Jaheira. So I have to be careful. And I'm actually kind of under a time limit. If I keep these two groups, Khalid and Jaheira are a package deal as well.
You're this way.
If you kick one out, and again, just like with Czar and Montaron, if you kick one out, the other will follow unless you're exploiting a game mechanic. So let's see if we can... If you lockpick it like 5 times and it doesn't go, you can't lockpick it. Just so you know. Like, lockpicking it 20 times isn't going to help out. Let's talk to this guy.
A man shouldn't speak to his better unless spoken to first.
Do you have an excuse for barging in here? Unless you are here to make the beds, I want you out. And I think Imoen's got kind of a cute naivety to her, so pardon the interruption, but what is your business here at the inn? My business is just that, my business. If that answer is not good enough, I suggest you complain to Bentley at the bar. Tell him that you broke into my room and demanded to know my personal affairs. I'm sure he will express sympathy for you as he has the guards escort you off the property. I trust you will be leaving now. Good day to you. What a jerk face, huh? Alright, let's talk to this shorty.
You cannot get better than the stability stone walls provide.
Have you heard? There's a rogue ogre with a belt fetish to the south of the Friendly Arm Inn. I had to bargain my new girdle of piercing for my life out there. Wasn't even interested in an autographed copy of my book. Hey, if you can get that belt back to me, I'd be mighty grateful. So, keep that in mind. I'm not even going to go up here because we have some guy up here. So that's not going to help us lockpick anything. Let's take a look around. Let's see if we can get that. No. No. Her lockpick skill's pretty dismal at this point in the game. We don't really have any potions to help that out. But yeah, so Khalid and Jaheira are a package deal, just like Montaron and Czar. What is the meaning of this intrusion? I pay good money for my privacy. By what right do you disturb it? But I inquire as to what your business here at the Arm. No, you certainly may not. My business and my concern is so it shall remain. Begone from my quarters before I call the guard.
You right. Right,
So yeah, they're a package deal. Let's see. Let's talk to this guy.
A pleasure it is to meet you.
Hey, I've got an infestation of poisonous spiders in my cellar in Baragast. Bentley said I could stay here until they move on, but I hate to impose. You'll know the house when you see it, just to the west of the Jovial Juggler Inn. Here, take these potions with you. They're antidotes against the poison. Keep whatever you don't use, and I'll give you an extra 120 gold pieces if you bring back my husband's old boots that he keeps down there. If you bring back one of their bodies and my old bottle of wine as well, I might toss in a little something extra, too. So there we go. We got a ton of
What you want?
ton of
This way.
antidotes. Again, another area where charisma plays into effect. If you don't have a good enough charisma, she'll just give you the quest. No extra antidotes or anything. Let's take that leather armor. We'll slap that on Imoen. Help her out a little bit. Actually, let's consolidate that. Alright. And if you keep Khalid and Jaheira in a same party as Montaran and Zar for too long, they will come to blows. They don't like each other. They actually have opposing goals. They work for opposing organizations. And they, yeah, they'll start a fight and it'll come to blows and they'll kill each other. So, just a key example. Perfect example. Club, not going to take it because it doesn't sell. That's empty. These guys are just napping, completely oblivious to me. Let's take that battle axe. That might come in handy. No, nothing. Nothing. I think this is the last one. Take all these arrows. Slap them up there. Perfect. Perfect. I will have to get a nap in here. Abdel's looking a little mite peckish. Alright, case in point. Zar's got 4 hit points. 4. That's what we're talking about here. Right, and he's a mage. I mean, that's pretty standard for mage. It's not like he's got bad rolls or anything like that. Now, if you do, even though Zar and Montaran aren't canon, and I won't be using them for the majority of the game, if you did roll with an evil party and you wanted to use them, Montaran.
No time to chit-chat.
About time you showed. Here, I need these tunics cleaned and pressed by this eve, and be extra careful with the golden pantaloons. It took 15 women and a small boy from Kalimshan 12 days and 4 nights to weave them, so be careful on the seams. Well, get going. Sir, yes, sir. Pantaloons pressed and ready by tonight, or breakfast is free, sir. Done and done. Be on your way. Wait a moment. Don't you dare go anywhere. Here's an extra couple of coins. Put in a pleat that would make Daddy proud, if you know what I mean. Now get. Charisma. So, we got some golden pantaloons. Looks like he's got a little extra bulge in the codpiece area. Alright, that's really about it.
I'm on it.
We've looted as much as we can get.
Right, what's this then?
We can keep it in. We can keep it noted in the back of our head for once we develop our thief skills if we really want to. Honestly, I just don't see the point in it. I don't think there's anything really that great. Let's sell that. Let's sell the diamond. Sell the gold ring. Let's see what else we got. Sell that. Sell that gem. And that'll be that. And then let's see what we can buy. We're gonna buy some arrows. That should be sufficient. Where the hell did they go? You don't need those, Zar. And I think Jaheira is going to be our little potion chick. I should give all those to you. Jaheira is going to be our potion chick, and Abdel is going to be our...
I'm on it.
is open to all who behave themselves.
Let's rent a room. And now we are healed up, and we are good to go. So let's get this rolling. Let's get a little quest done. Let's get another fetch quest done.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Oh, shoot.
Right, what's this then?
Shoot.
Servant awaits.
Priest. Alright, so we have our first, well, we actually have our second. Zar has some potions, or has some wizard spells. Doesn't have a lot, and I'm not going to invest a lot of time into it. With mages, you find those scrolls like I've accumulated and Imoen has in her inventory. You put them in a mage's inventory, and you can read them, and he memorizes them, puts them in a scroll book. And then for each level, you have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way on up to 9. And for each level, you have a certain number of slots that you can memorize, and that's the amount of spells for that level that you can cast for that given day. And it can be reset by resting. So with Czar, Chill Touch, Larlock's Minor Drain is much better than Chill Touch. Minor Drain is not a melee. Chill Touch, he has to get up close and personal and then touch the person to deal the damage. So for somebody without any armor and 4 hit points, not a pleasant situation. Now with Jaheira, she's got pre-spells. Her pre-spells, Armor of Faith, Bless, that's good. Cure Light Wounds, Detect Evil, Doom, Entangle, and Shillelagh. Now, what I should have done, Entangle, it's alright. It's okay. Nothing too crazy. It pretty much roots everybody in there, roots the enemy, or even your guys if they are
You
in the area of effect. Roots them in place, and you can still, if you have a missile weapon, you can still use it. If you have spells, you can still cast them. You just can't move. Kind of good in the early game, not so good in the late game. Because just about everybody in the late game will start having missile weapons, and you have other spells that are better. That'll completely knock somebody out of the game. So what I'm going to do with her,
Yes,
and her spell,
omnipresent authority figure.
I'm going to forget that one. I'm going to put Bless in there. Raises the morale of friendly creatures by 1. Furthermore, it raises their attack and damage rolls by 1. So it pretty much is a nice buff, nice spell buff. Increases accuracy, increases damage. Won't be able to use it since I put it in my spell book, but I haven't rested. So we're gonna go up. We're gonna hunt these hobgoblins, these little hobbers, little knob goblins. Let's see what we can do. We're gonna inch up. Save scum it. There we go. Just in case. You never know. You never know how these things are going to turn out in this game. There we go. So, let's get Abdel on him. Let's get Khalid on him. Jaheira on him. Montera. Let's get Imoen target on him.
Wish to destroy, they first make mad, 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 and the rivers run red!
And hopefully, there we go.
Spit it out. Sorted.
Gotta love Abdel. He just gives these bad boys. Alright, let's loot these corpses for that and a helmet. See, this is why I say you don't really need armor, because you can find plenty of leather armor right in the first couple missions here. Take that. I'm gonna give this to Jaheira. Slap that on her noodle so that she's protected from crits. And that's really about it. I mean, he's already got his. And just so everybody knows, Khalid's gonna be our tank.
You right. I'm on it.
He's gonna be our tank. Let's keep rolling. Let's keep rolling with it. Let's see what we come up with. Let's get Czar out of here.
What need ye dead?
Go on then.
You have need of me?
You're a queer fellow.
Spit it out.
I could do no other.
There we go.
You rang.
Always want to keep Czar out of it. I mean, he's got a real bad proficiency for a wizard with no armor, and daggers are just such short range.
Go on then.
That.
Right, what's this then?
These. That. That. Last one. There we go.
Spit sorted.
Yeah, I mean, daggers have such short range, and he's got so little hit points and not enough dexterity to lower his armor class. You're just asking for trouble. And he has a nasty habit of running in And in the early game, the mages just don't have enough spells that you can really just be dispensing magical justice with every mission, every physical encounter. Now, I have heard that if you did want to use Montaron and Zar, Zar is one of the best spellcasters in the game. If you take a look at Zar,
Something troubling you?
you can use him. You can actually use him to dual class. He has an intelligence in 17, which is the prime requisite for his current class, a mage necromancer kit. If you give him a book of wisdom, you can get him up to 17, and dual class him to a cleric. And then you'll have him casting
I'm on
cleric and mage spells, kind of like a sage kind of character. But again, I mean, it's just, I don't know. I've never used them, but again, I mean, that's the beauty about the game is you can play it however you want. I mean, you can be a diabolical character, just out for himself, or you can be just a doofus. I mean, really, it's really up to you, you know? Let's talk to this
Sorted.
babe.
Yes?
I thank you. This ring was a gift when I set out on my own. Couldn't bear the thought of some smelly old hobgoblin having it. You're a good sort, and I'll say so to anyone that asks.
Gorion would be proud of your actions.
I'm on it.
Must we be so insufferably charitable?
Good on you if you save the day.
All right, so we have our first.
Goody goodies make me sick.
So we have our first reputation boost. So we've increased from 10 to 11. Nothing too crazy. We're still considered average. However, once we start up this path, we can start running into issues. Anybody of evil alignment, once you, I think, get to 18, 19, you're going to start running into issues with them. And they'll leave their they'll actually leave your party if you get too, if you start being too much of a goody two shoes. Same with the evil, good people. If your reputation sinks too low,
Nature's servant awaits.
Go on then.
You spoke at me?
Do you want to tell me a story about trollops and bugtails?
And the rivers run red! This better, and the rivers run red!
let's get you out of there, Zara. You don't need to be in there. But these Vards.
Spit it out.
For the fallen!
There we go.
You right. Sorted.
And
nothing
this is just a
more.
little
I've
something of
done
mine,
had
but I like
enough
to
of
have
this.
my thief kind of loot everybody. Kind of fits with the mood, right? Let's take some gold. Take some gold. And take some gold. And there we go.
Go on then. Right, what's this then?
And let's go take a look. Now, if you remember that, I think it was a gnome or a halfling or somebody was complaining about there being an ogre down this way that has a belt fetish, likes to steal belts from people. So, we're going to go on that quest right now and see if we can't get ourselves a fine leather belt. I'm going to save scum it a little bit. Okay, let's
Spit
see.
it out.
Can I help you?
Yes, oh
What needs he
omnipresent
dead?
authority
Good on you
figure.
if you save the day. Stop! My blade will cut you down to size.
Oh, no.
You rang.
Yeah. Well,
Go on then.
I am become death, destroyer of
Sorted.
worlds.
we might have to make a runner back.
I warrant your
Back home?
attention.
Up this way.
Frabjorous day, Kalu Kalay.
Alright, thanks, enough, Montaron. Alright, so we just ran into our first example of really, in terms of in-game pragmatic quests of what we have to
You
do.
rang.
So, we've got a heap of broken metal here. That used to be a two-handed sword. And that is the way it's going to go with just about every non-magical weapon except for weapons made of wood, obviously, like a quarterstave. Oh, man. I was hoping it was, and it's all luck. Again, random generator, random RNG, bit me in the ass. So, after you get your party, one of the first things you really want to do is scour the wilderness and do your best to find enchanted weapons like that dagger +1. Anything with a +1, or any sort of plus weapon, +1, +2, is magically enchanted and will not break. Bows you don't have to worry about breaking. They just kind of do their own thing. Arrows, you know, they're one-use items anyway. But melee weapons, swords, axes, halberds, anything, you need.
Sunny or not, it is nice to enjoy the out of
Thanks,
doors.
Khalid. You need a steady supply, or you need a magically enchanted weapon. That being said, now my main damage dealer does not have a weapon, so I'm gonna make a cut here, and I'm gonna run back to town. I'm gonna grab a two-handed sword for him, maybe a couple just in case, and I'll be back with you.